Hello everybody, this is Isaac here, and welcome to a very special video discussing on the timeline of Ewan's Doctor Who universe. So the first thing to get out of the way would be of course where it all begins, meaning that all Doctors from 1 to 12 are all canon to the universe. However, in this timeline, the 12th Doctor doesn't regenerate into the 13th Doctor that we know, played by Jodie Whittaker, but instead, the same Doctor that we met in Curse of Fatal Death, played here by Rowan Atkinson. The character would be the exact same as we met him in Curse of Fatal Death, though he would have a few of 13's main adventures, except for a certain story that does not count in this universe. After a dilemma on Terceris, the Doctor, instead of regenerating into different other incarnations, would actually regenerate into a much younger Peter Cushing, who would later go on to become our 14th Doctor, the Peter Cushing Doctor appearing from the Dalek movies. Luckily for him, his story will be fully told in a future Mysterious Doctor Adventure stories featuring the Toymaker. A few years pass and we then reach our 15th incarnation, played here by none other than Richard E. Grant, aka the Schalke Doctor. Luckily for Schalke, his era remains as is. A few years pass and we reach to our first original incarnation, that being the Little Doctor. Although has no actor or has appeared, what we do know is that they travelled with two companions, being Molly and Ben. Sometime later, the Little Doctor would regenerate into the Rebellious Doctor, played by Jason Chippy. This Doctor's first appearance was in Perfection of the Daleks, released in 2020. Sadly, the remaining episodes are unavailable on YouTube, but who knows if they'll resurface someday. Eventually down the line, the Rebellious Doctor would regenerate into the Clever Doctor, played here by Iris Prindle. Their first appearance was The Siren Trap, released in 2020, and would be the main Doctor in the Rise of Versaris saga. The next incarnation after Clever would be the Uncanny Doctor, played by Chris Corello. Their first appearance was in the short story Down, which can easily be read on the EDWU website. Now we reach an era/regeneration gap, this meaning that there could be either 1, 2, or even a multiple amount of incarnations that come before, in between, or after the following Doctor. So our next Doctor after our first regeneration gap would be the Guardian Doctor. Sadly, there isn't much detail on this Doctor, but who knows if it'll be known in the future. Once another regeneration gap happens, we then come to cross the Intergalactic Doctor, played by Bryce Dugdale, from The Lone Time Lord. While there's not much detail on the series yet, it's still coming in the works, and who knows, it may actually be quite exciting. After another regeneration gap, do keep in mind this is going to be said quite a bit, we then reach up to the Victorian Doctor, played by Logan Manville. Whilst making a short cameo appearance in a photo in Simon on Earth Special Edition from 2020, his first full story would be in The Big Game as a part of the Rise of Versaris era. He's had 2 seasons so far and has made a plethora of other appearances, and who knows, may even reappear again sometime in the future. After a dangerous encounter with the Master and the Rani, the Victorian Doctor would regenerate into his next incarnation, the PJ Doctor, played by Ewan Hoyle. This Doctor has had 3 seasons and a spin-off prequel explaining of how this Doctor has become. Whilst his first main appearance was The Simon on Earth, released 10 years ago, his true proper story, if you would want to consider it a true beginning, was in All in the Mind, released in 2020, which showed the detail of how this Doctor came to be. All episodes featuring the PJ Doctor are all available to view on the Ewan Hoyle channel. After fighting in an ultimate battle against his arch-nemesis, the Dark Warrior, the PJ Doctor would then regenerate into the Groovy Doctor, played by Sam Gray. Whilst his first appearance was in War of Versaris, his true appearance wouldn't be happening until 2024 with Sands of Murkon. This Doctor's adventures has somewhat continued in the short story series Getting Groovy, written by yours truly, with the first episode being Death at the Paradiso, and more episodes are soon to come. The next incarnation after the Groovy Doctor would be the Quirky Doctor, played by Denzel Bourne. Whilst this era for this Doctor hasn't come around yet, we may eventually see him hopefully soon during the 10-year anniversary celebrations. After that we reach another era gap. Seriously, there's so many era gaps in this timeline. But nevertheless, we then get on to our next 2 incarnations who follow on after each other with the Nick Briggs Doctor. Yeah, kind of a surprise that he would feature in here. This iteration of the Doctor is a part of the Time Visuals audio dramas, you know, the series before Big Finish became a thing, where Nick Briggs would portray the Doctor from 1985 all the way up to 1991. However, during the events of the audio adaptation of Seven Keys to Doomsday, don't worry, just go along with it, this Doctor would be shot down in an ambush and would have to retreat back on Earth. There, after picking up two human beings, Jimmy and Jen, the Doctor would then regenerate into his next incarnation portrayed by Trevor Martin, and the following events from the Seven Keys to Doomsday audio drama would continue from there on out. Whilst not included in the main playlist for EDWU, I have created a separate playlist featuring the Briggs and Trevor Martin Doctor if you are interested in taking a look at it, but definitely worth a listen if you feel like it. After another possible regeneration gap, we then reach to our next incarnation, the Wise Doctor, who made his first appearance so far in the Mondrax Revolution. Although he has no actor yet, there is some speculation of a spin-off happening with this Doctor. After succumbing to Mondrax poisoning, the Wise Doctor would then regenerate into the Mysterious Doctor, played by yours truly, Isaac Travers. This Doctor so far has had 2 seasons, with a 3rd season in production. All episodes featuring the Mysterious Doctor can be viewed on my YouTube channel, IAT Productions. Eventually, after another regeneration gap, and don't worry, it's the last time that this will happen, we then find ourselves with the Corrupted Doctor. We don't know much about this incarnation, but what we do know that this version of the Doctor turned against his ways of good and peace in order for destruction and chaos, eventually soon succumbing to grief and will regenerate into the Lonely Doctor, played by Harry Newick. His first appearance was in the Christmas special, The Doctors of Past, Present and Future, and eventually got shot down by Daleks in his final appearance, or to so speak, in One Last Time, leading us to our final incarnation with the Last Doctor, played by Jesse Parkin. His first appearance was in the Season 2 episode Arachnophobia, but wouldn't make it as a full Doctor with the short story Jack. You can read the short stories of this Doctor here on the website, and also the audiobook versions on the Ewan Hoyle NZ YouTube channel. Now that we've got the big ones out of the ways, we should also mention some Doctors that have unknown placements. First off is a unknown Doctor that we encounter in Sandbox, being portrayed by Hunty Moldier. It is unknown where this Doctor takes place, but it's mostly likely that this Doctor takes place after the Mysterious Doctor. Next up we have the Curators, both played by Tom Baker and Colin Baker respectively. Their stories of course appeared as they are in Big Finish, and basically that's all we know about them for now. And so there we have it, there's the full timeline of all the Doctors in Ewan's Doctor Who universe. If you want to view all the episodes in chronological order, best do that on the dedicated playlist to Ewan's Doctor Who universe. If you want to watch the separate Doctor series in separate order, then definitely check out either the PJ Doctor or the Mysterious Doctor. If you're more interested in reading the short stories, definitely do check out the website, as well as viewing the other behind the scenes content and some more detail on all the other characters. With all that said, thank you for listening, and until we meet again, goodbye.